This Won't Last Long, the weekly podcast where I talk about my personal life, my creative life, and some new media that's out there. Now, last weekend, there was a lot of new media. A lot. Starting the channel update. Straight up nothing, dude. This is last week. I was already kind of taking like a slight break. I was just like straight up binging like Daredevil until my sister got COVID. Yeah, she got it, and then isolating with her and whatnot was fine. And then suddenly I think it was like the second day that I was binging Daredevil. I was extremely achy, and kind of just achy. I think my throat was hurting a bit too, but I kind of just thought it was because the night before I couldn't really sleep much. I just didn't get enough sleep the night before. The Monday or Tuesday or whatever, or Tuesday it must have been, but the night before Tuesday. So I thought it was just lack of sleep. But little did I know, I had the COVID as well. I have it. I'm literally gonna go to work the next fucking day, and Saturday and Sunday, and now I can't. Obviously, so that sucks because no money. So shit. Yeah. No money from those 3 shifts, which sucks. Yeah. The worst of it now is just being stuck in this fucking room. So that's fun, but hey, at least, vaccinations and boosts and my booster and everything, it doesn't have to be 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be this event like it was when COVID was first starting out. When COVID was first starting out, when you got it, I know from experience because some of my family got it, and we had to isolate, and also just the lockdown and things. Back when COVID was first starting out, if you had to isolate, it was like 2 weeks, and then a cough was I think a comedian I know said this or something, and people have been quoting it ever since, ever since 2020. A cough or a sneeze is like a gunshot, which is very accurate and still is to some extent. Obviously not to the extent that it was then. Still, to some extent, it feels like that. But yeah, my point with that being, at least, I'm not in that situation, or in that time, because I think then there was no second vax, there was no booster, so my symptoms would have been way worse. That time being when some of my family got COVID, like I was saying, was I think December-ish, 2021, around then. So yeah, that sucked, but at least I didn't get it then. literally just feels like a cold, which I haven't felt in a long time. So, yeah, all this time I thought it would never get me, because it hasn't in these 2 years. And it's not like I'm breaking some heroic, legendary streak of never getting sick or something. It's just like, damn, thought it would never get me, but it got me. Whatever. Or I really just had to force myself to fucking watch YouTube and stuff, because I can't really make anything in here until I realized that I could just grab my technology from downstairs and bring it up here. And yeah, I totally thought I could not stream tonight with this stupid setup, but I am. Look at me. I am now. So there you go. But yeah, I mean, am I ever gonna stream here again? Fuck no. If you saw the surrounding area, you would agree. Yeah, and then I realized that I could also make a couple of things in here. I could make this idea I had for, like, I think I said this last time, last episode, but like a TikTok reactions thing. I thought I could look at my favorites on the desktop version, but apparently I can't. I can only view my liked, which I've discovered today. So that sucks. But it'll probably take a little bit longer to make, but it'll still be a fun video to make, I think. But and the other thing that I realized I could make up here, what's the other thing? Oh yeah, and then just editing this podcast after this, and then that would be it. Oh right, sorry. COVID day 1 to 5 of isolation, kind of like a vlog thing. I was like, oh yeah, I could totally do that, because that's really easy to make. You know, I just vlog. Oh yeah, and I discovered that I can stay a little more sane, because my mom was like, okay, yeah, you can go in the basement and work out using like gloves and a mask and stuff. Yeah, so like I just can't go outside on like walks and things. So that sucks, but it makes sense. I don't want to get anyone COVID. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, a little bit shorter, on the shorter side of personal and creative, but yeah. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. So now, we will go through all the things from San Diego Comic-Con, the infamous San Diego held event that Marvel goes to every, on average, I would say like 4 years. The last one was like 2019. The one before that was 2014. So on and so forth. So it's 5-3. It's 4. Even outside of Marvel and DC from Comic-Con this year. So first off, it was before Comic-Con, but the John Wick 4 trailer released. It still kind of has like a Comic-Con trailer, just because it was like along with the hype of Comic-Con trailers and stuff. So whatever. I'll just put it there along with them. So, it looked fucking awesome. I kind of felt bad not knowing who Don Yen. I feel like that's his, yeah, because people are saying it like that. I feel bad not knowing who he is. And the guy who was fighting John with the sword and gun. I don't even know why I did that. But the guy who was fighting John with a sword and a gun. Yeah, I'll just start with the things that outside of Marvel and DC that are relevant to me that I'm really excited for. But yeah, so John Wick 4, I feel bad for not knowing who Don Yen is. He looks really cool. This whole movie looks really fucking cool. And then when what's the dude's name? Lawrence Fishburne's character turned to John and went, "You ready, John?" And then Keanu did the classic, like, "Yeah." Really cool trailer. The action, I mean, come on, it's fucking John Wick. It looked amazing. I mean, that's pretty much it with John Wick. With the other thing that was outside of Marvel and DC, the Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves trailer and panel, actually. The trailer looked amazing. Yes, it's a lot of CGI fest, whatever you call it, but you can't argue that if you're a fan of D&D, we're gonna love this movie. We're gonna love the shit out of this movie if we're fans of D&D, which I am. A D&D map on my wall over there. Again, you can't see where over there is, but it is from camp, and that's how I got into D&D. I played every year at camp for 2 years. We had a campaign every week, which is every year. So we had a campaign for every year I was there, which is 2 years. So I experienced 2 full campaigns, and then I experienced a little bit of one a long time after with one of my camp friends and some of his friends. But then that kind of fell off, and then I tried to start one with the guy Thomas, who I have mentioned before in my videos and podcasts and whatnot. We're definitely going to go see this. D&D is a big part of my life, and I'm going to love this movie so goddamn much. Doesn't need to emotionally connect with me? No. Does it need to make me laugh? Kinda. Does it need to make me cry? No. Does it need to make... I just said that. Does it need to make me go, holy shit? Kinda. Did it already make me say holy shit with the trailer? Yeah. And then, yeah, I mean, it just looks great, man. Like, and I kind of felt bad for not knowing what an owlbear is. After watching some videos, I got the gist. Yeah, man, I'm excited. With the panel, sooner or later, it won't be Kevin Feige who's there. The people of my generation will live past him. With the panel, everyone came out, all the cast and everything, and Carl did great hosting the panel, by the way. He was obviously reading off a script. Come on, it was the boys' first time, and fuck, it sounds like I'm speaking from experience. It was the boys' first time. No, I never been, but just I've done smaller things like public speaking and stuff, and it sucks. But he was reading off a script, and he detached from it every so often, and he did well, and good for him. And I hope Comic-Con continues to let these content creators and stuff be at these things. It's good to see. But yeah, all the cast came out from as their like kind of classes, like Chris Pine, or no, not really actually. Only really Michelle Rodriguez as the barbarian, because she like kind of did like a Jedi roll. I call it a Jedi roll because that's kind of what it's known as. She rolled out like an attack roll, and then she like did like a gun thing, like that at the crowd, and she laughed at herself. And then but Chris Pine was the first cast member to enter the room, and then he just like ran out, straight up ran out, and then like and screamed, and then like screamed San Diego. And I don't know if he screamed Hall H. I don't even know if they were in Hall H. But I just remember he screamed San Diego. And then it was kind of funny with Reggae Jean Page, I think that's how you say his name. Because everyone else's entrances, like the first two entrances, like Michelle and or Chris Pine and Michelle Rodriguez, I think were the fun ones. They all seemed like a great cast. They were talking about playing D&D together. I mean, just this panel gave off that this movie is gonna be a fun as fucking time, and they had fun making it. And I mean, it has one of the writers is like one of the main guys from Freaks and Geeks. I mean, if that's not a sign that it's going to be a fun time, what else is? Oh, I know what else is. Chris Pine screaming, "Yeah, San Diego." I think that's a sign that apparently there's been D&D movies attempted to be done in the past. I had no idea about this. I haven't done some research into it. I won't watch them. Because everyone who has talked about this has said that they're bad, so I won't watch the older D&D movies. But I know that people talking about this one have said that it looks like much better than those older ones. That's going to be it for the stuff that's outside of Marvel and DC. And with DC, like, Black Adam and Shazam look fun. And I'm excited. But they didn't announce anything else. And yes, The Rock had one of the coolest entrances I've ever seen at Comic-Con in recent memory. But they didn't announce anything else. Anything else. And it's not like Marvel, where you have D23, where you can like save yourself and announce a shit ton more. No. DC doesn't have any other like Warner Bros. Thing in September. They probably have another DC fandom sooner or later. Have they announced one? No. All we know is that they have Black Adam and Shazam 2. There's the Batgirl movie that may potentially be coming to theaters instead of HBO Max. Hopefully. We know there's the Flash movie. Hopefully not. I still like the CW shows. I mean, I only really watched The Flash because, I mean, at this point, I really just want to see how the show ends, because I feel like season 9 is the last season, because I feel like they wouldn't go too many seasons above Arrow because they're already one above it. There are already 12 episodes above it. And going to be one season above it after season 9. So if they don't stick the landing with season 9 and try to make a season 10, I swear to... Dude, that's going to be like... a lot. That's going to be a lot of years of my life. A lot. Since 2014. Okay? A lot. And that's going to be annoying. To have to sit through another shitty villain, more shitty metas. We have other things coming with DC. They just didn't, for fucking some reason, have the balls to say anything. We also know there's Peacemaker Season 2, which I love Peacemaker. Hopefully there's another Suicide Squad movie. I wouldn't think James Gunn is even thinking about that at this point, but that would be awesome to see. And then, other things that I don't need to talk about. Just DC has more coming. And I mean, the elephant in the room, Henry Cavill. I mean, man, that man cannot catch a break with Superman. Holy shit! I feel so bad for him. Yes, he's doing great with The Witcher, and I'm sure other things. He's a celebrity. I'm sure he has many other projects and things and whatever going on, and lots of money. But this is a character he seemed to really love playing, and that sucks. That sucks for him. That sucks for everybody involved in the making of him as Superman and everybody watching him as Superman. On to Marvel, the Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Everyone's seen the teaser at this point, but the panel, I mean, I almost cried when I saw all the artists like doing the Wakanda chant and drums and things, because that was just really powerful. And I was like, wow, I can't believe, like, if someone told me, like, I don't know, it's not even, like, before Civil War, like, before 2016, that we would get an entire, like, stage worth of African artists performing at Comic-Con, I don't think I would have believed you. It's important to this character and everything to have a celebration of culture, and that's really what's at the heart of these Black Panther. And I still almost cried when the director Ryan Coogler was talking about. I'm not going to butcher the story by any means, but he was talking about how when they first saw the footage for the first movie, Ryan could feel Chadwick's hand on his shoulder a few hours after the panel, because he had big hands, because Chadwick got excited every time or the more and more the trailer played for Black Panther. And you could feel, like I said, his hand a few hours after. And he was saying with the artists playing the tribal music, he could feel Chadwick's hand on his shoulder right there. I think when I was watching, everybody in the crowd went like, "Aw," and stuff. Me included. The music is a big part of these trailers for Black Panther movies. Because, it highlights like black artists and stuff. So man, the fucking editing for I don't know at first. Now I very much know the song, but No Woman, No Cry. But yeah, man, and honestly, I'm not mad at whatever choice they go with to acknowledge T'Challa like dying. Obviously, he's gonna die off screen. But if it's fucking food poisoning, I would I don't care. I don't. Just as long as it's something unexpected and unknown, because it would feel the same as Chadwick, because it was the same thing to the public. It was unknown that he was dying. Maybe it's the same here with T'Challa. I don't know. Either way, looks really good, and it seems like they're going to handle his passing well. With Phase 5, starting off, we have Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Now, so Cassie was recast, which I'm not mad about. I wasn't too attached to the girl who played Cassie for all of, 5 minutes in Endgame. I don't really mind. But yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be very humbling for Scott Lang, who's apparently now a celebrity and wrote a book called, what was it? It was like Look Out for the Little Guy, which was a funny title. And yeah, he has a massive, excuse me, he has a massive ego about saving the world, which, I mean, technically he did, because without him none of Endgame would have happened. But it was the rat. It was the rat who turned on the machine. So there you go, Scott. You didn't save the world, the rat did. But yeah, it looks great. Apparently the footage showed, obviously, Scott being a dick, but then, apparently Jail calls Scott about Cassie, which I was watching New Rockstars, and Eric was talking about Damage Control could be working with, the police, in conjunction with the police, about, illegal young vigilantes or something like that. Maybe? I don't know. But, that could be cool if young Avengers are already at play. Because, I mean, yeah, after She-Hulk and Wakanda Forever, we're not gonna have anything Marvel for shit. A while. A while. Or no, actually, shit, no, that's not even a while. What am I saying? That's only a few months. Never mind. But yeah, I feel like Kang is really gonna humble the shit out of Scott. But yeah, people were saying they think Hank Pym's gonna die. I don't think so. I don't know. But yeah. And then Kang, it says some cool lines. Apparently says, "Oh, you're an Avenger. Have I killed you before?" And that was the big line, so I won't really say anything else. Um, but yeah, that's such a cool fucking line. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Um, yeah, man, that's something like that's under a year for Ant-Man, bro. Like that's awesome. Like, under a year, bro. I don't mind that he'll be like robotic, uh, looking like what's it called? Uh, like no face. I won't mind that with what a lot of people are saying with like that they hope they make him have a face like by the end. They kind of take off that like armor and stuff. I kind of hope that's true as well, but again, I won't mind if it's kind of just like a cyborg kind of look, like a robot look. But either way, it's fucking MODOK, and that's awesome. So yeah, man, really excited for this one with Secret Invasion. I'm excited for that as well. There's gonna be like some new characters in some of these things, like if whoever Amelia Clark or um, Olivia Colman, whoever those people are playing, I probably won't be too attached to them because they're just being introduced now, right? So I don't know. It looks really fun. So yeah, I'm excited to see more Fury because we haven't seen him since God, Far From Home. I think. Right? Yeah, it's been a minute since we've seen him. And then with I'm excited to see more Don Cheadle as Rhodey as well. Yeah, excited to see more of those people. Yeah. So don't know who's gonna be a Skrull and stuff. I don't know. Uh, I really don't know to expect from it. I'm just excited to see more of those characters again. With Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, I don't know, man. Listen, the Guardians series feels too. Obviously, not for the people involved in making it, but for me and, like, kind of. I would think some of the audience, the general audience, it kind of feels too short. You know, they haven't. If you think about it, been in much. You know, like, yeah, they've had two stories, but that was, mind you, in the same year. That was in 2014. Not like a real world, but like in universe. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and 2 were in the same thing. And now Volume 3 is a massive time jump from that. Obviously with, you know, the group things in Infinity War and Endgame. And Thor. They've, you know, seen each other and things, but they've done stuff and whatever. But yeah, man, I don't know. It feels too short or too early to cut it off, to cut off the Guardian story at this point. I may change my mind by the end of this movie and like kind of like relook at all of the movies and stuff and like all the characters and things and maybe change my mind, but before watching the movie like right now, I don't know, man, it just seems too early. It really does. Yeah, Space Dog, High Evolutionary from Peacemaker. which I'm excited for. Everyone seems um, really emotional about this movie. I don't think Rocket will die. I, I don't know. I don't know who will die. But then James was saying, like, doesn't mean everybody dies in terms of, like, endings to stories. So I don't know. Adam Warlock is, of course, there, which I'm excited for because that's been teased since the beginning of this franchise. And yeah, Echo. I mean, wasn't really too invested in by his character as Echo, but I am excited for Daredevil and Kingpin again. And then for Loki season 2, I mean, man, like, a lot of the Marvel shows felt like an adventure every week. It felt like with a lot of the Marvel shows, mind you, a lot, not all of them, felt like the whole world was watching with you. Um, I think most. I think most. How do I fucking say that? I think that would apply to WandaVision mostly. Because that was the first one, and that was just like everybody was such like nerds, like wondering what was gonna fucking happen next, and who's Ralph Boner, who's Ralph, who's Quicksilver, blah, blah, blah. Evolutionary coming out in costume at the panel was awesome to see in the video. And when I saw on Discussing Films Twitter that he was saying, I'm going to dissect you all and see what I can learn, I thought that was just like a casual, joking manner, rather than how he actually said it at the panel, which was without mic, mind you, managing to scream across the room of Hall H, I'm going to dissect you all and see what I can learn. At full volume, full peak volume, that sentence, without a microphone. And he managed to reach fucking everyone in the room. So that scares me, how good of a villain. That should be a sign that he's going to be an amazing villain. But yeah, and then with this will follow Kang still. Now, I don't think we will see him much. But yeah, and then with Marvel's, I don't know, man. The rumors that they're going to be in a musical, I'm scared of. I mean, it's all about execution, but I mean, no. Either way, I am excited to see all the characters again. I really love Ms. Marvel, and I love Captain Marvel, and I love Photon, or whatever they're gonna name her. So yeah, real excited to see all those people again. And then maybe they'll catch up with Nick Fury, I would think so. So yeah. And then with Blade, I mean, I tend to love the, whatchamacallit. What do you call it? The grounded, kind of broken, street level heroes. That's why Spider-Man is one of my favorites, probably my favorite. That's why Daredevil's on my, and I haven't really had a connection to Blade yet. Yes, I grew up with the movies when I was, really young. Mind you, sure I'll have a connection. I just remember Wesley Shipp being badass in those movies. That's all I remember. So I'm sure this is going to be the same. I'm real excited. And obviously it's going to be way higher budget and way more cool looking. So I'm really excited for Blade. And then with fucking the post-credit scene for Eternals made me more excited when I heard it in the theater, when it was like, are you sure you're ready for that, Mr. Whitman? And when he spoke to Dane, And then it was like, oh shit. And then yeah, with Ironheart, I mean, fuck man, the concept art for the bulky Mark One suit in Wakanda Forever looks sick. Apparently, it's made of car parts. I mean, if that doesn't scream Iron Man, let's be honest, we all live for more Tony. Even a like a brief mention of him. And then with Agatha, people are talking about Doctor Doom, which I'm excited for. I'm excited for more magic. Just with Agatha as a character, I'm just not attached to her, you know? I'm excited for everything that this show explores in terms of like the MCU and like the world and like I said, magic and potentially Doctor Doom and witchcraft and things. Excited for that. Just I don't know. Maybe the show will change my mind on her. I don't know. She was great in WandaVision as a villain, but as like a person to get emotionally attached to as a character, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it will change my mind. And I mean, Daredevil Born Again, do it like before I started binging Daredevil. Like I was saying, I was already hyped for this but with this, I have to, because this is now a thing. Daredevil Born Again. So yeah, man, I was reading like immediately after I saw this. I searched up because I was watching videos, and apparently this is like a famous like comic run by Frank Miller, who is who wrote like a lot of Batman stuff and is a famous Batman creator as well as Daredevil. So that gives me faith, because if you know Frank Miller, you know that he writes dark ass shit, and you can't go too far. You can't fall too far from the tree when adapting a Frank Miller storyline. You're gonna have to come close, at least, to the darkness, even if it's as half as dark as I'm sure the storyline was written because by Frank Miller. I'm sure it's gonna be dark as shit. Yes, realistically, there's probably gonna be some Disney stupid elements, but I'm sure it's gonna be very, very limited. Man, I just really hope they bring back Foggy and Karen as well, because apparently Karen is a big part of the comic run. Apparently she like leaves Matt or something for like drugs or something. I don't know, but nonetheless, it's fucking Daredevil. I'm excited. Speaking of street level heroes, Captain America is next, and as one who screamed when he appeared in suit, and when they teased the suit at the end of episode 8. Episode 8. Episode 5. I am sure I will be screaming with this one, because it sounds so good. Like, dude, the fact that Anthony Mackie has been talking for a long time about wanting like a solo or like more focused story on him or like any of the or like his character of Sam Wilson gives me faith, because that means that he's gonna put his all into this. Bucky is gonna be in this. Yeah, I didn't make the face of Bucky. It's just like Sharon. I don't know, man. I don't really like Sharon Carter. I like all that she sets up as the power broker with like the Thunderbolts and stuff and Val and things, but I don't really like her as a character. I don't know, man. I don't really like her as a villain. I don't. But yeah, and then straight after that political thrill ride, there's going to be another political thrill ride. The Thunderbolts, probably, I watched a video on this, this isn't my original thought, probably versing the Young Avengers, which will be fucking awesome. So that gives me very much excitement. Nobody confirmed that, but that would make sense. And I'm excited to see Yelena again. And yeah, man. And then with Phase 6, please Kevin and please John. I think John Watts. Yeah, John Watts. Please, you two, do it right. I swear to God, I will be so mad. I have faith. Because I mean, obvious that John Krasinski will be attached in some way. I'm really excited for it. I'm sure the cast. I'm like 100% confident the cast will be announced at D23. That's the King. Man, I saw the announcement at the panel. And like Kevin did this transition video thing of like, he didn't play the iconic Avengers music, but he played this like epic music, right? And then the Evan logo showed up, heard everybody like screaming like Avengers are back, and then the Kang Dynasty title showed up, which is being directed by the Shang-Chi director, which I love that movie, so yes please. And that means that Shang-Chi will probably play a big role in the new Avengers team. I think Simu Liu. Simu. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, so I'm just gonna say I think he plays that character really well. He did, the director, I forget his name, but he did great with Shang-Chi. All the cinematography there, like, everything was great with that movie. So much faith for King Dynasty. And with Secret Wars, yeah, it would be great if the Russo brothers directed Secret Wars, but they don't have to. And it's fine if they don't. And I wonder who will. But yeah, with the panel, it like transitioned into Secret Wars, and everybody lost their minds. And it was great to see that video and everybody's reaction. But yeah, those are in the same fucking year. It's like 6 months apart. So that is insane. That concludes this episode. This won't last long. And this has been Michael Crates, and bye-bye!